dying light of a crisp New England autumn, the abandoned Wickerfield Hospital stood like a hollowed-out monument to forgotten screams. Its windows, shattered and gaping, were the eyes of a corpse left to rot on the outskirts of Derry, Maine, a place the locals spoke of only in hushed tones, and never after sunset. Jamie Callahan, all of 12 years, thought it a splendid idea for hide-and-seek. "It's just an old building," he boasted to the shivering circle of his friends, their breath fogging in the chilling air. "Ghosts ain't real." But as the sun dipped below the horizon, the playful enthusiasm of his friends waned, leaving Jamie alone to prove a point he no longer felt sure of. The click of the door behind him felt final, a quiet punctuation to the end of daylight's reign. The game was simple: hide until found. But as the shadows lengthened and the whispers of the old hospital began to stir, Jamie realized the game had changed. He wasn't hiding from his friends anymore. He was hiding from the groaning embrace of Wickerfield itself. The walls, stained with the antiseptic stench of decay, seemed to throb with a pulse. Jamie's flashlight, a feeble beam in the oppressive darkness, trembled in his grasp. Each step was a thunderous echo in the abandoned halls, and in the silence that followed, something else. A shuffle, a whisper, a giggle. Rooms stretched out like maws, their doorways' teeth set to snap. Jamie's heart was a frantic drummer, urging him to flee, but his feet betrayed him, carrying him deeper into the bowels of the beast. He found himself in the children's ward, where the faded murals of storybook characters wore expressions of horror rather than delight. A sound, a sobbing, reached his ears. It was coming from the end of the hall. The flashlight's beam caught something, a figure, small, hunched over, its back to Jamie. A child. "Hello?" Jamie's voice was a stranger to him, small and frightened. The figure turned, and the flashlight fell from Jamie's hand, its light snuffed out as it hit the floor. In the darkness, Jamie heard the scuttling of many limbs, and he knew the figure was not a child. It was something else, something that had been waiting for a boy just like him. The darkness was absolute now, but Jamie could see it, the glow of its eyes, the outline of its twisted form. It spoke in a voice that scraped the insides of his skull. "You found me." Jamie ran. The halls of Wickerfield were a labyrinth with no escape, each turn leading to a dead end, each staircase spiraling down, down, down. The sounds of pursuit were a symphony of nightmares, the giggles and sobs of spectral children mingling with the wet slither of something unspeakable drawing ever closer. He stumbled into the operating room, the heart of Wickerfield, where the air was thick with the coppery scent of blood and iodine. Instruments lay scattered across the floor, glinting in the moonlight that dared to penetrate this place of desolation. And there, in the center of the room, was the operating table, its straps worn with the struggle of its countless victims. Jamie felt a presence behind him, felt the icy breath upon his neck. He turned slowly, the terror a molten thing in his veins, and he saw it, the embodiment of Wickerfield's tortured soul. It was a mosaic of all the suffering the hospital had ever known, its body a patchwork of flesh and sorrow. The thing advanced, and Jamie knew there would be no mourning for him, no escape from this game of hide-and-seek. His final scream was swallowed by the void as Wickerfield claimed him, another lost soul in its collection. And outside, where the world of the living carried on, the wind whispered through the trees, carrying with it the faintest echo of a boy's laughter. Or was it a sob, as Wickerfield waited for the next game to begin? If you enjoyed this story, consider subscribing to our channel. We will be releasing a lot of new stories over the coming weeks. If you have also clicked on the bell icon, you will be the first one to get hold of them. See you next time, my friend.